high
This
level.
conference will now be recorded.
So what are the Python applications? Python is multi-purpose and multi-paradigm. Okay, various paradigms. So features of the Python. So totally features and everything, the total story is available in this document. What are the companies majorly using Python, history of Python, Python versions, about Python's foundation, some important features of the Python. It's available in this document. This document I will be sending to you. And next document is this one, getting started with Python. In this, mainly I have shown you interactive mode and script mode. Already I told you yesterday, we can work with Python in two different modes. One is interactive mode, another one is script mode. And various IDEs, various interfaces we can use to work with Python. First, let us begin with IDLE. So once the Python is successfully installed in your computer, you will see Python in your menu. So go to Python, click on IDLE. It opens IDLE. Yeah, this is Python IDLE. At present in my system, 3.9.0 is there. Yesterday, whatever you have installed, it is 3.9.5. This is the Python prompt. This is like Python shell. This is a Python console. At this Python prompt, you can execute any Python command. Instantly, that command is processed and it gives you results. This can be used as a calculator also. Just you see 56 plus 98 multiply with the 43. Yes, you can do it. So 23 to the power of 12 divided by 7 plus 45. Yes, you can do something like this. Any calculation directly you can do. Directly you can do any kind of calculation. So this ideally you can use as a calculator, simple calculator, right? Okay. So grouping of the expressions is very important, that I hope you people know. Just look at this example, read this example, bird and coconut calculation. So there is a small bird which can carry 1/3 of its weight. If the bird weight is 60 grams, the coconut weight is 1,450 grams. How many birds are required to carry the coconut? So 1,450, this is the coconut weight divided by 60 by 3. So one bird can carry 1/3 of its weight. If you give like this, it gives 8.0. But same thing, if you are grouping the expressions, then you will get the correct output. This grouping is important. Okay, like this you can use ideally for your calculations. So here you see you can import any Python module, math module. You can import date time module. You can import, and you can access the methods and functions of that modules directly. Anything you can do in interactive mode. Whatever you want to do, you can do it in interactive mode. Those are given: math module, ceil function, floor function, okay, sine function, tan function, like this. Various functions of the math modules we can use. So area of the triangle when single side is given, this is the calculation step by step in 2 steps we are doing. Of course, any Python command you can process. You see simple print command, print parenthesis begin, brackets begin, hello world. Then parenthesis close, I want to print. When you are working in interactive mode at the Python prompt, at the Python console or shell, you need not to give the print command. Without print command also you can. Here I did not give print command. Without print command also, it will be printed as an output. Even you can use print command. You can make use of variables. A is equal to 25, B is equal to 32, R is equal to A multiply B. So here you can write print command like print A, print B, print R, like this. Otherwise, without print command also A, B, R you can print. This is how working in interactive mode at the Python prompt. Of course, here you can see once you go to start menu, go to Python, open the Python shell. This is also Python prompt. This also Python shell, same. Whatever we see in ideally the Python prompt, the same thing we can see here. Of course, these all things we can work here also. This is interactive mode. Okay. This is another location where you can work in interactive mode. So once start, go to Python. So click on Python 3.9, it will open Python shell. So here also you can use any calculation, print command, any modules you can import, any kind of Python command you can process here. This is interactive mode. Then using IDLE, we can also work in script mode. Using IDLE, we can also work in script mode. So go to the file menu, new file, go to new file. So untitled editor, this is a text editor which looks like a notepad, but originally it is not notepad. It is an untitled editor which looks like a notepad, but this is not a notepad. It is a separate editor for IDLE. Hello, are you able to hear me?
Yes, yes. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So here you can write a program. You can simply write a program. A group of collection of commands, group of commands together is a program. Writing the program, save the program, and execute the program is what script mode. Of course, I can write a print command, print hello world. This is one print command. I am writing one more print command, print Welcome to programming. And one more print command. Python. And one more print command. Python is very easy and simple. So like this, multiple statements I wrote in my program. Of course, I want to write something like A is equal to 45, B is equal to 75, R is equal to A multiply with B. Okay, just I want to print A. Here, whenever you are working in script mode, whenever you are writing a program, print command is mandatory. Without print command, you can't work. Print B, print R. This is how I am writing a program. This is a script. I want to save it. Go to the file, save it. Somewhere you can save it. Of course, I want to save in D drive. In D drive, I am creating a new directory. This Lucid 4 PM is a directory. In this, I am creating one more directory, training. So in this, I am saving sample1. So what is the file type? Python file. So extension will be .py automatically. Otherwise, you supposed to save it as an extension .py, you can save it. So this is my program, sample1.py. Yes, I save my program. Then I want to run my program. Go to the run menu, click on run module. You'll be able to see output here. This is your program. This is your output. Once again, you want to run, go to run, click on run module, right? Like this. This is how you can work in script mode using IDLE. This is just working with IDLE. So interactive mode, you can work using IDLE. Script mode also, you can work using IDLE. That's all. Go to the file menu, close it. The editor will be closed. Go to the file menu, exit. The IDLE get closed. This is how working in interactive mode and script mode. Okay, fine. Now I opened Python console previously. Just you see Python 3.9, Python console. Here only interactive mode is allowed. Script mode is not allowed. Only interactive mode you can work here. Otherwise, you can go to command prompt. CMD, open command prompt. This is my command prompt. At this command prompt, just to give the command Python, you will get into the Python prompt. So here is the Python prompt. You can work in interactive mode. Any command you are able to. Okay. Any Python command you are able to work interactive mode. So exit bracket begin bracket close. This is how you can come back from the Python prompt to your command prompt. The exit parenthesis begin parenthesis close. Parenthesis is mandatory. This is how. Of course, I can use any of the text editors to write Python program. Any text editor I can use. Notepad, Notepad Plus, Edit Plus, any text editor. Of course, I am using Notepad to write the program. Print hello Srini is one print command. One more print command. Hello India. One more print command. Hyderabad. One more print command. Python. So here I is equal to 25, J is equal to 32, K is equal to 5, R is equal to I plus J divided multiply with K. So I can write my print command print I comma J comma K print R. Here just I am using notepad. This is an ordinary notepad. Using notepad I am writing Python program. Go to the file and save it. Go to the D drive. In D drive Lucid 4PM training. Here all files. Here sample1.py is available. Here I am giving example1.py. .py is the extension. Save it. Now program is example1.py. This program I want to run from my command prompt. So go to D drive. Here is Lucid 4PM. CD Lucid 4PM. Here is the training directory. Here are the scripts, sample1.py, example1.py. Any program you can run from here. Python example1.py. You can see output. Either you can give Python, otherwise simply you can give py example1.py. This is how you can run the program from the command prompt. Write the program using any text editor, save it, and you can run it from the command prompt directly. Of course, you can run it from IDLE also. You open IDLE. I'm opening IDLE. Go to the file, open. Where do you open? D drive, Lucid 4PM, training, example1. This is what opened. Go to the run, click on run module, you'll be able to see output here. So wherever you want to write the program, you can write the program and save it. Wherever you want to run it, you can run it, right? This is just a simple interfaces where we can work with Python. Just Python installation is enough for this. But when you are working with text editors like Notepad, you may not get interactive help, interactive syntax help, interactive members list. These all things you may not be able to get. So that there is a chance for a lot of syntax errors and take a lot of time to complete your program, to write program. So generally we do use IDE, Integrated Development Environment. PyCharm is one of the IDE. PyCharm is one of the IDE. Okay. So let me introduce PyCharm now itself. Let us write program in PyCharm. So here PyCharm shortcut is available on the desktop. Otherwise, you can go to JetBrains, click on PyCharm Community Edition. So PyCharm screen, PyCharm opens. Of course, in your system, already a project is opened in PyCharm. Without closing the project, if you close the PyCharm, next time whenever you open the PyCharm, it will open the previous state. See, this is opening my previous project. Let me close it. Go to the file menu, close project. Now current project is closed. This is what very first screen you will get when you open PyCharm. Of course, when you open the PyCharm very first time after installation, you will get the configuration option here. Select the configuration and select the light theme. Of course, whatever color theme you like, you can select it. So recently worked projects you are able to see here. So if I want to create a new project, click on a new project. If I want to open existing project, you can go for open. If Git or SNV, some version control is attached, you can use it here. But I want to go for a new project right now. Click on a new project. See here, observe carefully. This is one of the important thing to know. Location where you want to save your projects. By default, my project is in C drive, user Dell, PyCharm projects is the directory. In this is my project. Of course, one project in PyCharm is nothing but a folder, a directory, that's all. Of course, I don't want to keep my project here. I want to keep in different location. You can change it. Okay, of course, I'm going for my project directory in the default location itself. Lucid 123 is the name of the project I gave. What is my project name? Lucid 123, right? This is my project name. You can give project name here. You can edit project name. Okay. If you want to change the location also, you can change the location also, not a problem. Okay. But observe carefully here, Python interpreter. Click on this arrow, you will be able to see these options. Mainly, there are two options here. One is new environment using, another one is existing interpreter. These are the two options. If I select existing interpreter, of course, in your system, you can have multiple Python installations, multiple interpreters. You can select what is the interpreter. Otherwise, you can click on this ellipse button. You can select virtual interpreters. What is the interpreter, right? You can directly select system interpreter. You can select. Okay, so Python 3.9 is selected, existing interpreter. This means a project is created. That project associated with the Python interpreter directly installed on your system. That is the environment. Please observe carefully. This is your computer. This is your computer system hardware. Your system is nothing but includes the operating system, right? This is your computer. In this operating system is installed. Hardware plus operating system both together is your computer system. Python is installed in your computer. So in my system, Python 3.9 is installed. Python 3.9 is installed. This is what my system environment, the Python interpreter, the Python language directly installed in my computer. Yes, well and good. So here I'm creating multiple projects. Here I'm creating multiple projects. So I'm creating a project, project 1 for the chemical industry, chemical project. This is project 1. In the same system, I can go for one more project also. This is my second project. For example, healthcare project. In the same system, I'm going for one more project. This is my project, for example, banking project. Different domains. Project 1 is chemical project. Project 3 is banking project. And project 2 is a healthcare project. If this is the environment you are working with, for the sake of project 1, for the benefit of project 1, you might be installing a couple of libraries. You might be installing couple of libraries. You might be doing some environmental changes. You might be doing some changes. Where these all changes are affected, influenced, these all changes affects your environment, right? Your language environment. Got it? Similarly, you will do the changes, some kind of changes for project 2 that also influence the environment. Project 3 related changes also influence your environment. So whatever change installations, whatever libraries you install for project 1, that is influencing your environment, that is actually getting affected on the environment. For the project 2, whatever changes you do, that is also influencing your environment. For the sake of project 3, whatever changes you do, that also influencing your environment. Basically, this is the environment all projects are using. So sometimes there is a chance of getting the conflicts, right? Whatever I installed for the project 1, that is influencing the same environment, that can be effect on the project 2, project 3, which we don't want actually for the project 3, project 2, maybe sometimes, right? So this is possible. You can work in this way, in this approach. It is possible. But when you are working in this environment, if you are working with single project, it's okay. But when you are working with multiple projects, all are compatible projects, are same kind of packages, same kind of environment works for it, it's okay, fine. But whenever it is something conflicting, it may not be correct. Got it? This is the problem. So what we do in this situation, we create a separate, clean virtual environment for the project 1. For the project 1, Python language virtual environment. Of course, this virtual environment is derived from the base environment. Similarly, for the project 2, its own virtual environment of the language that is derived from base environment only. For the project 3, separate virtual environment. So virtual language environment. So project 1 is having its own work environment, that is virtual environment. Project 2 is having its own work environment. Project 3 is having its own work environment. Now, if you install some packages, if you do some changes, if you do any changes, modifications, whatever you want to do, let you do it. It's only affecting that virtual environment, not affecting the base environment also. It is only for that particular project, influence that particular environment only, so only used by that particular project, not affecting the other projects or not conflicting to the other projects. Similarly, for the project 2, I did some changes, I installed some modules. It's only affecting the project 2, not other projects. Similarly, project 3, right? Whatever changes you do, whatever you install, that's only influence the project 3, not other projects. Your base environment is also very keen. is creating virtual environment. I hope you understand conceptually project without a virtual environment, project with virtual environment. What is the difference? I hope all of you understand. If any question, please ask me right now. If any confusion or any question about this virtual environment, please ask me.
Yeah, one question from me, Srini. Hello. Yeah, if the project 3 has a dependency on project 1, so how it will work?
Of course, both you can work in the same environment. Right? In the single environment, you can have project is nothing but a directory, right?
Yes, right. Yeah.
You can take it as a two directories on the same environment. So in this case, you have to consider both together is the project. That is a module. This is a module. That in that approach, better working.
Okay, in that case, the project 3 and project 1 will be dependent on each other. So virtual environment will work on that, like it supports that.
Yes, but make the single project a single virtual environment. The another one you make it as another directory in that. That works fine.
Oh,
mainly these environments are for example, one project is working on Python 2 series, one project is working on different version of the Python. Suppose in my computer, I have Python 2 series 2.7 and I have Python 3.4, Python 3.4 also. For example, my project 2 and project 3 working on Python 3.4. Now I want to upgrade my project 3 to the Python 3.9, but project 2 I don't want to upgrade. So simply I can upgrade it here, but which does not affect to the project 2. Whatever way you want, you are able to work with either that way or this way. Both the ways you can work with. Without virtual environment, you can work directly on the regular environment, base environment. With virtual environment also, you can work with the project. Whatever way is comfortable, you can work in this, right?
Yeah.
Now you see, this is existing interpreter. Existing interpreter means this project directly works on the base environment, systems base Python language environment, installed environment. Suppose you are selecting option using new environment using virtual env. Please observe carefully location. C drive, users, Dell, PyCharm projects, Lucid 123 is your project. Lucid 123 is your project. Inside Lucid 123 project, you have a subdirectory venv, virtual env. Of course, this subdirectory name you can change it. Okay. Suppose I am giving Lucid venv. You can give any name for this. By default, it gives you venv. If you want to change it, you can change it. This is a subdirectory inside your project. This subdirectory contains all the Python language environment related files. Copy of the Python language environment, right? That's all. So simply click on create. Click on create. See, now it is creating a project, creating virtual environment. Creating a project, create virtual environment. Of course, writing the programs, executing the programs, commands, logics, these all are same. This is just the environmental changes. One program you wrote in one environment can be deployed into another project, another environment. You can reuse, you can work with, not a problem. Okay. But this environment concept only Python Java or C# does not have this kind of virtual environment. Each project work in a different virtual environment. This concept is not there. In Python only it is available. So now it is creating PyCharm project with its own virtual environment. Creating the virtual environment, in case your computer is having multiple installations of the Python 3.4 installed, Python 3.9 installed, of course whatever interpreter you want to use by the project, you can select that interpreter. That will be working on that interpreter only. That way you can do it. Just let the project create. So here it is creating virtual environment. That's right. See, project is created. Left side, you have Project Explorer. See, left side, you have Project Explorer. Lucid123 is your project. Project is nothing but a directory. Please remember that. C drive users Dell PyCharm projects. In the PyCharm projects, Lucid123 is the directory. That itself is the project. If you expand this, see Lucid env, this is the subdirectory which is having libraries, scripts. This is the Python interpreter is available under scripts. Python package installer is available under scripts. Environment activate, deactivate commands are available under scripts. So these are the various libraries. These all are available, and external libraries are available here. Interpreter, Python interpreter is available here. These all are related to environment. So don't touch this env directory. This is my project directory. In my project directory, I want to create my own subdirectories. I want to create my own subdirectories. See, under Lucid123, select the project, go to the file, new. Here you will be able to get this kind of pop-up menu. Otherwise, you right click on the project directory, you will get the pop-up menu, go to new file, new scratch file, new directory, new Python package, new Python file, HTML file, right? But here I want to create a directory. So click on directory, new directory. It is asking directory name. So just I am giving directory name training. I want to create one more directory in this project. Select the project, right click, go to the new directory. So lab work. There are two directories I created. It will be automatically aligned in alphabetical order. Under training directory, I want to create one more subdirectory. So select the training directory, go to new directory. This is basics is the subdirectory. Under basics directory, I want to write my program. So right click on basics, go to new Python file, give the program name. Okay, give the program name. So example 1. Automatically it's going to be .py file. So this is the area where I can write my programs. Just here I am writing print command, PRI. See, print command, it's a syntax, parameters, everything is help is given to you or not. Okay, automatically it can select it. So we can reduce the chances of syntax errors. Suppose print hello world. Here, some reason the closing double quotes I missed. This is syntax error. See, red color is indicated. So easily we can find out syntax errors and error-free code we can write. So print welcome to Python, and again print suppose A is equal to 25, B is equal to 35, R is equal to A plus B, print A, print B. Like this, I wrote a program here. Print R like this. Now I want to run this program. Yes, now I wrote my program. Go to the run menu. Here, click on run. Select the program name, example1. Either you can do it. Here under the run box, you are able to see output. Otherwise, you can just right click on this area, this white color area, program editable area. Right click on run example. You will be able to see output. This is the run box where you can see output. Not only this, here you have terminal. Terminal is your command prompt. Just observe, before your command prompt, you are able to see your virtual environment name. So whatever you can do at the command prompt, that every activity you can do here. See, Lucid123 is your project path. dir. Here is the training folder. Okay, lab work folder, cd training, dir, cd basics. Okay, dir. You are able to see program example1.py. Of course, from here, Python example1.py, you can run from here, just like it works like a command prompt. cd dot. Suppose I want to install a package. Pip install numpy. Suppose I want to install numpy package. It collects it. Pip Python package installer of Python. So like this, any package, external packages, if you want to install, you can install from your command prompt terminal into your virtual environment. Now this installation is only affected that Lucid VENV, not the direct installed base environment. So it is only limited to this project. Other projects are not get affected due to this installation. This is how all the activities what you can do at the command prompt that you can do here. The terminal option is available. Okay. And console. This is interactive mode. Here you can see Python prompt. So interactive mode at the Python prompt, whatever commands interactively, instantly you can execute here. These all are available here. This is the environment. Of course, if you want to debug a program, here debug is available. It opens the debugger. Of course, this is a small program, so there is no chance for debugging. That's why output is given. This is the debugger where you can watch variables, watches, okay, and console output. These all things. So all facilities are given together. This is your PyCharm IDE. I hope all of you understand. I hope all of you comfortably able to work with PyCharm IDE. Finally, if you want to go for file, go to file, save all. Just automatically it will be saved every program. But finally, if you want for the safe side, if you want to go for, you can go for save all, or you make a copy of the program. You can go for save as. Okay, open recent, close project, these all options are available. Finally, you can go for exit. Otherwise, close project will be closed. Then you can close your PyCharm window. This is how you can with PyCharm interface. So navigating through the PyCharm and work with the PyCharm. I hope all of you comfortable working with PyCharm.
Yes, yes, Srini.
Yes, and
Next, by the way, let us see Anaconda interface also. Navigating with Anaconda, working with Anaconda also. Just go to start. Here under alphabet A, you will see Anaconda 3. Here, of course, there are several options are available. I don't want to go through them. Just I will go with Anaconda Navigator. Click on Anaconda Navigator. Anaconda Navigator opens. One second. Yeah, fine. So this is Anaconda Navigator. This is something like Anaconda's dashboard from where all utilities, all tools of Anaconda you can access and you can open and you can work with. So home, left side you see menu, home, environments, learning, community, these all. If you see home, so command prompt, this is command prompt. Jupyter Lab, Jupyter Notebook, PowerShell prompt. Of course, command prompt and PowerShell prompt, everywhere you can work with Python, both looks very similar. And PyCharm, you can open from here directly. Qt console, this is IPython console. Spider is the tool. These are ready to launch. These all are already, of course, PyCharm is already installed in my system. That's why it is ready to launch. So remaining things, these are related to data science, RStudio, RNG3, these are related to data science. By default, they are not available. You're supposed to install them. Once it is installed, you can directly open it from here. So mainly we are learning, we are working with the environment Jupyter Notebook, Spider, and PyCharm. So any tool you can directly launch from here. And next you see environments. This is also the same concept what I told you about environment. So Anaconda installation done on its own environment, virtual environment, that is base environment. This is the default environment of Anaconda. Why? Because Anaconda works with Python 8.3, not the Python 9. Python sorry, 3.8.8.3, not the 3.9. That's why it maintains its own environment. See, by default, in this base environment, these many packages are available. These are installed packages. What are the packages not installed? These many packages are available, which is not installed. Whatever packages you require, you can just select it and apply. They will be get installed automatically. Updatable, any packages you can update, the updates information, updatable packages, it will show you. Whatever packages you want to upgrade, you can upgrade to the new versions. Okay, so like this you can see all And if you want to search for anything, NumPy, okay, you can see the packages like this. So this is the packages information. This is the environment. In this environment, what are the packages installed? Of course, here I want my own environment. I can create environment. I can clone the existing environment. I can import the environment, remove the environment. Yes, we can do it. If you want to, of course, it takes a little more time. If you want to create your own environment, click on create. Lucid is the environment. Python 3.8 environment, right? Yes, click on create. The new environment is getting created. Anaconda environment, new environment is getting created, that is Lucid. Okay. Of course, by default, all the packages doesn't come in this new environment. Only limited packages will come. After that, you have to select what all packages you required into your new environment and install it. So that will be changed into the installed packages. Like this, you can create your own environment. You can work in separate environments, whatever environment you want. This is also nothing but virtual environment only. But this Anaconda tool works a little bit slow. See, here is the progress loading packages of. You can select an environment, you can clone the environment, you can remove the environment also, you can do it. See here, Lucid is the environment created. Here is the arrow. You see, open terminal. Open terminal is nothing but command prompt. Open Python, that is nothing but Python prompt. Here you see open with IPython, open with Jupyter Notebook is not activated because that packages are not there in this. Those are not available in this environment, right? If you want them, you have to install them. See, 11 packages are available by default. Okay, so not installed, not installed. IPython, I'm selecting IPython. I'm selecting IPython, IPykernel, IPython, pivot table, run IPy. Okay, whatever you want, you can select and click on apply. They'll be get installed. So I want a Jupyter Notebook. So Jupyter Notebook, I can select and apply. So those packages will be activated and the environment is modified so that those packages, those tools are available in the environment. This is how any packages, you want to create your own environment, you want to apply the necessary packages in the environment. This is how you can do. Okay. Of course, at present directly I'm working on base environment. Yeah, click on apply. This will be installed. The dependencies also gets installed. It takes a while. See all the utilities of IPython, it is getting installed. into the environment Lucid. So now if you click on that arrow after completion of this, you will be able to see IPython interface also. Mainly the Anaconda utilizes Python, that is IPython. Of course, there is no difference. Commands, syntaxes, scripts, every packages, everything is same. Okay. But these package installations, these all things takes little longer time. So you people can directly work with the base environment. If you have free time and want to experiment with this package, this environment creation and upgrading the packages, these all things, if you have time, then only you try these options, create, clone, remove. Okay, these options, import options, these options, otherwise not necessary. You can directly work with the base environment. Now you see here IPython is available. Still Jupyter is not available, right? So you can search for not installed Jupyter, Jupyter Notebook, Jupyter Server, Jupyter Hub. These things you can select and install. Of course, I'm activating my base environment right now. At present, I am activated base environment. In the base environment, all are available. The base environment, click on arrow beside the base environment. You can see open terminal. Open terminal is nothing but command prompt. This base is the virtual environment. So whatever you can work with command prompt, you know, the same thing you can do here. And open with Python. This is Python prompt. All the interactive mode commands you can work here. It opens the Python interactive console. So IPython, open with IPython. This is something new for you. It is also something like interactive mode Python prompt only, nothing special. So here also you can give 25 plus that 43, any calculation you can do. You can use A is equal to 45, B is equal to 32, R is equal to A multiply with B. So you can print A, print B, print R. Of course, using print command, you can print B, print R. It is same as Python prompt and interactive mode working. Okay, here you can write your any Python command, print hello world. Okay. So without print command, you can write your message like this. You are able to work with. This is also interactive mode of working with Python. This is IPython console, Iron Python console. So finally, you want to close it. You can go for exit command, bracket begin, bracket close, close it. You will be back to the command prompt. Here you will give the exit. This is IPython. From here, you can open Jupyter Notebook. Either you can open Jupyter Notebook from here, or from the home, you can click on Jupyter Notebook launch. Both are same. Now, at present, I am opening under environments, my base environment. Click on open with Jupyter Notebook. Now it opens Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter Notebook is a notebook document kind of environment. It is a web-based environment. Behind the screen, web server is running, right? It opens a web server. It opens Jupyter Notebook. Your user's home directory is going to be root directory for your Jupyter Notebook. User's home directory is going to be the root directory. That's why you see music, downloads, documents, desktop. These all directories you are able to see. This is my user's home directory. In this, you can create your own directory if you want. Just let you see. Right side, I have new. Go to the new menu. New folder. Create a new folder. So automatically folder is created. By default, its name is untitled folder. Untitled folder is created. Select this. Rename it. Suppose 11 Lucid. See, of course, this will be arranged in alphabetical order, ASCII character based. That's why I gave name like this to be the folder to be appear at the beginning. So open this 11 Lucid. So here one more directory I want to create one more folder. One more directory I want to create one more folder. You see untitled folder, one like this. You can select it and rename. Training is the folder. You can select the another one and rename. Lab work is a folder. Like this, you can make your environment. Under training folder, I want to create my Jupyter Notebook. So go to the new Python 3 notebook, Python 3 Jupyter Notebook. Click on Python 3. So it opens Jupyter Notebook. By default, its name is untitled. So go to the file, rename it. Untitled, I am giving as basics. Okay, basics is the name of the Jupyter Notebook. Extension will be IPYNB, IPython Notebook. IPYNB, IPython Notebook. Here is the menu, here is the toolbars. This is the box where you can write your command. Let us see our print command. I am writing single print command here. Hello world. Print command is used to print output. I want to execute it and see the output. You can click on the run. You can see output. One more box will come, right? I can write multiple print commands. Print hello world. Next, simple enter. Simple enter, go to the next line. Simple enter, go to the next line. Allow you to write one more command. Print hello India. Again, simple enter. Print welcome to Python. Like this I write. If I want to execute, you see control enter to execute. Control enter to execute and see the output. Shift enter to execute and gives the new box to edit. This is also the interface is something like IPython interface, but this is a web-based interface. Suppose I want to write something. This is my basics Python commands and working with those commands document. This is the ordinary text. This is not a command. This is not a code box. This is markdown box. Okay. Now if you see it is like a simple text in your document, right? Okay. Suppose I am giving basics 1. This is, I want it as a heading. So this I want to make it as a heading box. Okay, heading level 1, level 2, level 3. This heading level 1. So here A is equal to 34, B is equal to 23, R is equal to A minus B, print R. This is how we can work with the Jupyter notebook. It looks like a notebook, it looks like a document, but inside the document itself, you will have the code and you can run it and you can see the output there itself. This is Jupyter notebook. Then finally, you automatically it will be saved. If you want to save it exclusively, just hit on save, go to the file menu, close and halt. That will be closed. This is your Jupyter notebook document, that is basics.ipynb. Yes, this is Jupyter. Jupyter you want to close, you can click on quit, close it, and see your browser page. Okay, this is how you can work with Jupyter notebook. So I hope all of you understand working with Jupyter notebook, launching Jupyter notebook, work with Jupyter notebook. As well, let us see Spider also. Spider is also an IDE just similar to PyCharm, but Spider is the IDE which comes in Anaconda. So just launch the Spider, click on launch, the Spider IDE opens. It takes a little time. So Spider is getting open. See, look at this. So here I'm closing existing. By default, you will see untitled. This is the menu. This is the toolbar. This is the program area where you can write your program. By default, it is untitled. Of course, Spider new version is available. Do you want to upgrade? Let us see later. So now this is the program where I can write my program, right? So print hello Python, this simple print command. Then I'm writing A is equal to 25, B is equal to A plus 25, C is equal to A to the power of 3. Okay, so print A, print B, print C. So you want to run the command, run the program. Here is the console. You can see output here. Click on run. So this is print command. These are the remaining print commands. Here is the output you can see. If you want to observe the variables, you can go to the variable explorer. A is a variable, B is a variable, C is a variable, data type, size, and value. These things you can observe here, right? This is the variable observer. This is the help. Okay, this is a matplotlib related plots to view. You can go to the plots. So these are the files, file navigator. Okay, so this is the console where you can see output. This is the history of the commands you operated. Okay, this is the program. You save it. Go to the something like D drive. I'm going to D drive. Okay, Lucid training. Here, example sample demo1.py. Demo1.python file, demo1.py. Okay, so you run it. See, demo1.py is executed like this. You can save it and you can run it. This is very simple, comfortable environment. If you want to debug, debugging options are available. If you want to run options are available, right? If you want to save it, you can save it. Finally, you can close, you can quit the Spider. These are all environments. Just now I have shown you all the environments where you can work with Python, how you can write the script, how you can write the command, how you can execute. Wherever you see only two modes. One is interactive mode, another one is script mode. Either both the modes, either mode you are able to work with. These are the various tools and various environments where you can work with the Python. I hope all of you comfortable about it. And these tools are already installed in your system, I believe. Everyone is ready with these tools. Okay. Just take 10 minutes break. Now the time is 5:18, right? So again, we'll kind of start at 5:30, take 10 minutes break. So I will show you the print command, variables and values, data types, these all things. We'll get into the programming. Okay, just take 10 minutes break and we'll continue this.
This conference will now be recorded.
I'm opening Jupyter Notebook. I'm opening my existing page, chapter 1 basics. This is about print command. So print objects, SCP separator, end. So here you see I'm executing only one print command, single print command, single object. So print command prints it at the ending. Automatically it takes to the new line. Automatically it takes to the new line, right? Just I'm executing this. But if you observe here, the single print command I'm printing multiple objects. Please observe, hello world is a string object, comma, welcome to programming is second string object, welcome to Python is third string object, Python training by Srini is a fourth string object, object 1, object 2, object 3, object 4. 4 objects we are printing. So I'm not specifying anything separator or end. I'm not specifying. I'm going with the default. So default separator is a space, blank space. Hello world, space is the separator. Welcome to programming, space is the separator. Welcome to Python, space is the separator. Default separator is a space. After completion of printing, at end of printing, automatically it goes to the new line. See here, this print command here also I am printing multiple integer objects. You see, separator 23 is an object, then separator is space. 45 is an object, separator is space. By default, separator is blank space. This is simple print command. Instead of print command, you can use sys module, system standard output, right into standard output. See, observe, from sys module, from sys package, I'm installing std out module, std out dot write method, write function, write something on the standard output. Like this also you can use. Okay, std out dot write, like this you can use. Of course, this is an alternative option. Directly we can use print command. See here, print command, multiple print commands. Hello world is printed. At the end of printing, automatically it goes to the new line. By default, end is /n. Then second print command, after that automatically it goes to new line. Third print command is printed, at the ending it goes to new line. So these all are printed in a separate lines. First print command, second print command, third print command, they are printed in a separate lines. Why? Because at the ending automatically the new line feed works. Just observe here, exclusively I am specifying, I am updating the end. End is nothing, empty string. Just observe how it will be get printed at this moment. Comparatively observe above output and this output. Hello world, end is nothing, nothing to do. Hello world, immediately second print command. Immediately third print command. Immediately fourth print command, because end is nothing. It's not going to the new line. End I specified empty string. Suppose here I specified end is something, comma space, hyphen space, comma space, something. At the end of the print command, it will give you that comma space, the second print command ending hyphen space, third print command ending comma space, like this. Okay, you can customize your end attribute. You can, by default it is /n new line feed. If you want, you can customize your end attribute. Just observe this. This is only one string, single string object. But inside the string object we have /n. /n is here, /n is here, /n is here, right? Wherever there is /n, it will take to the new line. Wherever there is /n, it will take to new line. Inside the string, if you keep /n, it will terminate the line. Just you observe this print command, hello world is an object, welcome to programming is an object, welcome to Python is object, Python training by Srini is an object. Here I am customizing my separator. I am customizing separator. Whatever you want, you can give. Just observe here, hello world, first object, then separator is 3 hashes, because I customized my separator. Okay, second object, separator, third object, separator, fourth object, so on. This is SCP attribute. Now you observe carefully here, this print command, I'm not giving SCP, a default separator, hello world /n. So this is the first object, at end of the first object, new line. Then separator, then welcome to programming, separator, then new line, separator, welcome to Python, new line, separator. So what is separator? Blank space. You observe the output. Hello world is printed, new line is taken, separator is blank space. Welcome to programming is printed, then separator, then new line, then separator. Then welcome to Python, new line, then separator. So basically the separator is affected here. If I specify SCP, separator is equal to empty. Now you see the output, no separator. Separator is empty string. Got it? Suppose here I specify separator is /n. Of course, separator itself is a new line feed. So these objects are printed in different lines. Here also you see the values are printed in different lines. This is how the different ways you can work with print command. I hope you understand printing the single object, printing the multiple objects, usage of SCP attribute, usage of end attributes. I hope all of you comfortable about print command. Next, variables and values. I believe all of you know what is variable. In general, we say variable is a named memory location where we can store a value, and from where we can read the value is what variable. Variable is a named memory location where we can store a value, and from where we can read the value is variable. Value of variable can change during execution of program. Value of variable can change during execution of program. This is what variable, generally applicable for every language. Variables are containers, memory containers to store data values. Variables are reserved memory locations to store values. Whenever you create a variable, it occupies some memory. It reserves some space in the memory to store a value. But Python is different. Python is a dynamically typed programming language. Please remember that. Python language doesn't provide any command or any syntax to declaring a variable. In Python, there is no way of declaring a variable. So prior declaration of variable is not necessary. No chance here. So in Python, variables are created when you are assigning value to it. It depends on the value, its nature, the variable is created, the required memory is got occupied. Okay. So here, variable names are identifiers. Any name, variable name, function name, program name, class name, object name, whatever you say, name is what? Identifier, which is for identification purpose. Your name, my name, item name, product name, anything. This is only for identification purpose. Okay. So how to make variables in Python? I is equal to 20, j is equal to hello, k is equal to 56.98. Yes, I is a variable created, j is a variable created, k is a variable created. Generally, in all languages, we know that we are assigning value 20 to the variable I. We are assigning value hello to the variable j. We are assigning 56.98 to the variable k. Of course, here also we naturally understand like that, but technically it is different in Python. Internal memory organization, memory management is little different in Python. Just here I, j, k, I gave identifiers. Here identifiers, variable names, I gave something meaningful and printing those values. Of course, in single print command, I can print multiple variables, end attribute, separator attribute, I can do it. So we can assign a single value to the single variable. 45 is assigned to X and 55 is assigned to Y. We can assign a single value to single variable. We can assign a single value to the multiple variables. We can do it. A is equal to B is equal to C is equal to D is equal to 312. 312 is the value that is assigned to the all variables A, B, C, D. We can assign a single value to the multiple variables in Python using this syntax. We can assign different values to the different variables, multiple values to the multiple variables in a sequential order. Please observe. E and O is the first, E name is second, Sal is third, D and AM is fourth. So first value is 1122. This value, the first value goes to first variable E and O. Second value goes to second variable E and AM. Third value goes to third variable Sal. Fourth value goes to fourth variable D and AM. In a sequential order, multiple values are assigned to the multiple variables. That you can do it here in Python. Okay, but please observe carefully. In Python, suppose I gave A is equal to 55, suppose. Generally, we know that A is a variable, 55 is the value. Yes, it's okay, fine. But in Python, everything is an object. 55 is the object. The value itself is the object. The priority is given to value. That is the object. It is an integer object. It is integer object. Then what is A? A is a variable. A is a name, reference variable. A is a variable which is pointing this object to 55. Please try to understand in this manner. 55 is the object. Value is the object. Variable is the reference variable that is pointing the object. Suppose you are giving X is equal to 67.34. Suppose you are giving like this. What does it mean? 67.34 is the object. It is a float object. This is the object. X is the reference variable. X is the reference variable that is pointing this object. In all languages, we say 55 is the value stored in the variable A. 67.34 is the value stored in the variable X. This is the way of understanding in other languages. But in Python, 55 itself is the object. A is pointing the 55 object. 67.34 is the object. X is pointing the 67.34. Okay. This is how you have to understand. Whenever we are talking about variables and values, nature of the variable depends on the various types of values. The nature of the variable also might be defined. That is what known as data types. So let us understand data types in Python. Already I told you, in Python, everything is an object, no primitives. In Python, everything is an object, no primitives. So in Python, we don't have data types. We have object types. So everything is an object in Python. Object types in Python. Of course, generally, while discussion, we say data type or object type, everything is okay. Okay, whatever you call it is okay. Even you can call it as a data type, not a problem. You can call it as an object type. This is actual. Okay, so data types or object types, both are same. Let us talk about data types. Mainly Python data types I do classify into two types. One is fundamental data types, because in Python we don't have primitive data types. We have to say that it is a fundamental data types or standard data types. Fundamental data types. Second one is advanced data types. Advanced data types are collection objects that we discuss later in the fourth chapter. But at present, we are talking about fundamental data types. Mainly, Python data types are 5. One is integer. Second one is float. Third one is complex. Next one is boolean. Bool. Next one is string. These are the 5 Python fundamental data types. So as usual, the people might be expecting, whenever we listen the data types names, we might be expecting what is the memory size of the integer, what is the size of the float. Such kind of size limits are not there in Python. In Python, everything is unlimited. In Python, everything is unlimited. Integer, int is the data type. Of course, it is object type. Object type means class. Object type means class. Int is a class. Float is a class. Complex is a class. Bool is a class. str is a class. Int is for integers, simple numbers. Int is for integers, simple numbers. Need not to confuse. It is for simple numbers, right? Like this, simple numbers. Float is for decimal numbers. Float is for decimal numbers, right? Like this. Complex is for complex numbers. In mathematics, we have complex number equations, which includes an imaginary value. For that complex number equations, this complex data type is useful. Okay. Boolean, very simple, true or false. True or false. That is Boolean. String is the text data. String is the text data. These are the 5 fundamental data types. Okay, it's fine. In my ideally, I gave A is equal to 55. What is A? 55. How would I know what is the data type of this variable A? The function type A gives you, let you know data type of the object. So what is the type? Integer. What it is? It is a class. Class int. What is A? Instance of the class int. So A is the integer object. A is the integer object, right? So the object occupies memory, certain memory block. How much memory is required, that much memory it occupies. That memory has its own address. ID is the function gives you memory address. So type function gives you data type of the object. ID function gives you memory ID, memory address of the object. Using these two, we can observe any variable, because in Python there is no chance of declaring the variable. Everything happens automatically, implicitly. You look at this, A is equal to 1000. I'm printing A, I'm printing type of A, I'm printing ID. This is integer object, class int. This is B 765.342. I'm printing what is B, what is type float. Of course, it has its own memory ID. Here 3 plus 4j. What is C? Complex number. What is the data type? Class complex. True is Boolean, type is Boolean. False is Boolean, type is Boolean. So Srini Python is the text. This is the string. See, string is class. Boolean is class. Okay. and complex is a class. This float is a class, int is class. So in Python, originally we have to call it as integer object, float object, complex object, boolean object, string object, like this. For every object we have memory address because it occupies the memory slot. This is the memory address, right? Understand? So these are the data types. Once you observe this, 1 second, in getting started document, you can observe this. So here I gave you print command and variables. What is a variable? What is data type? Static data type supporting languages, dynamic data type supporting languages. What are the Python language data types? Primitive data types are not there. That's why I gave red color. Okay. See, int, string, float, complex, boolean. Long data type is available in Python 2 series, that is not available in Python 3 series. Here you can observe the difference between print command syntax in Python 2 series, print command syntax in Python 3 series. That difference you can observe here. What is type function? What is ID function? Here you see a number. Here the data type is in Python 3 series, it is class integer. Observe carefully. In Python 3 series, it is class integer. In Python 2 series, it is type int. That means in Python 2, primitive data types are there. Primitive data types are supported. But in Python 3, there is no primitive data types. Everything is object. That's why everything is class here, right? If you have given a lengthy number, that is going to be long. So see here, type float in Python 2. In Python 3, class float. In Python 2, type complex, but in Python 3, class complex. The difference you observe, and print command syntax variation also you can observe. Okay, type bool in Python 2 series, class bool in Python 2 series. In Python 2 series, we have long data type, but the same thing if you see in Python 3 series, in Python 3 series, we don't have long data type, we have only integer class. That's all, nothing long present in Python 3 series. But in Python 2 series, long data type is there, and a string. Of course, string is type in Python 2 series, in Python 3 series, it is a class. These are the data types in Python. Of course, I would like to say them as object types. Python object types. Of course, once quickly you try to understand, these are the object types. We have conversion functions also. We have conversion functions also. Int is the conversion function. Int is the conversion function. It is used to convert into integer. Int is the conversion function that is used to convert into integer. It creates an integer object. It creates an integer object. Okay. Float is the conversion function to convert into float. It creates a float object. It returns a float object. That means it creates a float object. Complex is the conversion function to convert into complex data type. That means it returns complex object. It creates a complex object. Bool is the conversion function to convert into boolean. It creates a boolean object. str is the function to convert into string. It creates a string object. Please remember this. Keyword remembering is very easy here. Int is the keyword data type. Int is the function, conversion function. Float is the conversion function. Complex is the conversion function. Bool is the conversion function. str is the conversion function. These are the conversion functions. Okay. So Python supports various number systems. Python supports different number system. Of course, By default, the default number system supported by Python is a decimal number system. We have various number systems, right? Decimal number system, base 10 number system. According to the decimal number system, you got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These all are according to the decimal number system, base 10 number system, right? And we have binary number system. Binary number system is base 2. It contains only 0, 1. Base 2 number system is binary number system. It contains only 0, 1. This is base 2 number system. We have octal number system. We have octal number system. That is base 8 number system. We have octal number system. That is base 8 number system. We have hexadecimal number system. That is base 16 number system. A, B, C, D, E, F. Totally 16. Base 16 number system. Okay. So default number system in Python is a decimal number system. Whatever you give, by default, it will be taking into the decimal number system. So here, bin is the function to convert into binary number system. Bin is the function to convert into binary number system. OCT is the function to convert into octal number system. HEX is the function to convert into hexadecimal number system. Default number system of the Python is decimal number system. Please observe this carefully. Here you see number system supported by Python. Here A is equal to 45. 45 is the decimal number system. I am printing A. What type of object it is? Integer object. That I am converting into bin. Bin function returns binary. HEX function returns hexadecimal. OCT function returns octal. You see, this is a binary. This is hexadecimal. This is octal. Please observe carefully. 0B is the prefix that represents binary number system. 0B is the prefix that represents binary number system. 0x is the prefix that represents a hexadecimal number system. 0O is the prefix that represents octal number system. Bin is the conversion function to convert into binary. 0B is the prefix that represents it is binary. HEX is the function to convert into hexadecimal. 0x is the prefix that represents hexadecimal. OCT is the function that converts into octal, returns octal. 0O is the prefix that represents it is octal, right? See, here my input is decimal number that I am converting. Here my input is binary. Even though your input is binary, by default it will take it in decimal number system. This is the B value, it is integer type. 0B is the prefix. 0x is the prefix. 0O is the prefix. Bin convert into binary. HEX convert into hexadecimal. OCT convert into octal. Of course, your input might be binary, but system Python take it into decimal number system only. Later on, you can convert into whatever number system you required. Similarly, here hexadecimal input. By default, it is decimal number system only. Later on, you can convert into binary, hexadecimal, octal. Here octal input, by default it is decimal number system only. Later on you can convert into binary, hexadecimal and octal. These are the number systems supported and you can access in the Python. Conversion functions, already I told you about. Int is the conversion function, float, str, boolean, complex, these are the conversion functions. Here please observe one more command today, that is the input command. Input function is used to accept runtime input, is used to take a keyboard input at runtime. Okay, in C language scanf command is there. Okay, in Java and C# read command is there, something like that. So input command is used to take input, is used to accept input at runtime, the keyboard input at runtime. By default, input function returns a string object. Whatever input you provide, that returns in the form of string. Whatever input you provide, that will be returned in the form of string. See, enter your first number is the message, enter your second number is the message. This I am assigning to A, this I am assigning to B. What is A plus B? Just observe. Here I am observing what is A, what type of object it is. What is B, what type of object it is. What is C, what type of object it is. We are observing. Just observe here, A 55 I gave, B 66 I gave. So what it is a string object, but originally it is a number. Because I took it from the input function returns everything in the form of string. So this is a string, this is a string. For the plus symbol, left operand and right operand, both are strings. That's why it performed concatenation. Please observe, this is the input function is used to accept runtime input. Now I don't want concatenation, I want to perform integer calculation. So I do use int function to convert into integer and calculate it. But original value of the A, original value of the B is as it is. For the sake of calculation, it is converted into integer. So object C is an integer object, but still remain A and B are string only. So at the time of calculation, it is converted into integer and calculated. It is not changing nature of the A, not changing nature of the B. No, I want A is integer object, B is integer object, I wanted. So at the time of input itself, specify the int function. Input function takes runtime input. That string object is given to int function convert that into integer. So A is going to be integer object, B is going to be integer object. Here you can observe that. Okay, the int function is used to convert into integer. Similarly, float function is used to convert into float. See, 56.98, 78.23. Just you observe, by default these all are string, but here using float function I am converting into float and calculating. That's why calculation is done properly. No, I want to create float object. A should be float object, B should be float object. Then input function you write inside the float function. Input function returns the string object. Float function convert that into float object. Now you see 56.34, 89.43. Just you observe all are float objects. Similarly, here x is 44, y is 66. This is integer. X is integer object, y is integer object. That I am converting into string. So concatenation is performed. So str function is used to convert into string. Similarly, here you see this is the float value, this is the float value that I am converting into string. So concatenated. So concatenated. But please observe in Boolean conversion, please observe here integer value 0, integer value 1, integer value any number, integer value negative number, something. Okay. This is the integer value. Similarly, string value, empty string, string with space, string with some text. Okay, and you have none. None means nothing. If you have idea about database, null is nothing but none here. None means nothing. Represents there is no value. represents there is no value. When you convert these into Boolean, 0 is converted into Boolean, it gives you false. Empty string converted into Boolean, that gives you false. None converted into Boolean, that gives you false. 1 converted into Boolean, any number converted into Boolean, negative number converted into Boolean gives you true. String with blank space converted into Boolean gives you true. Any string converted into Boolean gives you true. Please observe, 0 converted into Boolean, that is false. 0 converted into Boolean, that gives you false. Empty string converted into Boolean, that gives you false. None converted into Boolean, that gives you false. Okay, either 1 or any number converted into Boolean, that gives you true. 1 or any number converted into Boolean, that gives you true. Any number or negative number, that gives you true. Single string with a single space, that any string have some characters, that gives you true. Okay, just observe that here. Here A is equal to 1, B is equal to A is equal to 0, B is equal to 1. 0 converted into false, 1 converted into true. 0 converted into false, 1 converted into true when you are using bool function to convert into Boolean. This is none. This is any number. None converted into false, any number converted into true. This is empty string, this is a string with blank space, this is string. Empty string become false, remaining string with the space and string will become true. This is Boolean conversion. So actually this is complex number but enclosed within single quotes, that's why it is a string. Using complex function I am converting that into complex value. The string is converted into complex because it is compatible to the complex type. So this is the integer. Integer I am converting into complex, then your complex value become like this. Here is the float. Float I am converting into complex. So this is the complex number. These are the Python object types, Python data type typecasting conversion functions, and Python number systems, number system conversion functions. What's about variables and values? These fundamentals of the Python language. Most important thing in this chapter is a Python memory model. I will spend significant time to make you understandable to this memory model. So tomorrow's class we discuss about this memory model as well operators and complete the first chapter tomorrow and enter into the second chapter also. Okay, so today I will forward these documents to you, so please read it and please text me email ID to whom I can send the material. Okay, otherwise do one thing,